Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I'm sitting here at the Fort Lauderdale airport, waiting to get on the plane to go to San Diego. We're covering Chocolatito versus Martinez this week. Should be a fun occasion, but I wanted to take this time to kind of reflect back and just give some updated thoughts on the whole Jack Catterall versus Josh Taylor fight, because man, oh man, when I really sit back and I think about just the level of how bad of a robbery this was, and mind you, I'm the same person that last week we had Josh Taylor Appreciation Week here on True School Sports. It was a whole week dedicated to propping up Josh Taylor and trying to bring awareness about the fight with Jack Catterall. But we call a spade here on True School Sports. You know, Josh Taylor didn't win that fight. And when you really start thinking about why it's such a bad robbery, I mean, I was telling my dad this earlier. This robbery isn't like most robberies in boxing. This robbery really counts for, it's like it has a quadruple negative effect on Jack Catterall's career. And let me explain my position. So Jack Catterall not only loses his undefeated record, he not only loses his chance to be called world champion, he not only loses his chance to be undisputed champion, he not only loses his chance to get career high paydays and $1 million paydays, because that's what he would have got. If he would have won that fight, he would have been in prime position for big money opportunities, 7-figure paydays, and his value upon his name in boxing would have just grown tenfold. He loses all that, and on top of that, what makes it worse is the fact that this is a guy that didn't just get the title shot right away. I mean, this is a guy that took step-aside money. He waited his turn. He, was patient. And he went in there, and I got to be honest with you guys. Like, when I was studying tape of that fight that weekend, I watched the fight that he had against O'Hara Davies. I watched the fights that he had with Tyrone McKenna. And I'll be honest with you, I knew Jack was good. I wasn't disrespecting Jack or his skills, but Jack Catterall didn't show anything to me on tape that I really felt like would give Josh Taylor like the kind of problems he did. And it goes to show you guys, like, that's why I love the sport of boxing so much. Like, you can show yourself to be a certain level for a long period of time, but you could have that one night where you put it all together and you show the world, just what was inside of you this whole time. It was just gonna take that next big opponent, that big occasion to bring it out of you, and he did. And he should have had his moment in the sun, and he should be undisputed champion. And what really sickens me, guys, I'll be honest with you, what really sickens me about this robbery is the fact that people are saying, oh, well, Jack deserves rematch. Bullshit. This is not one of those times where I think you need to be making rematches, to be honest with you. Like, Josh Taylor has already benefited enough from corruption and from bad judging and from bad scoring and things like that. We don't need to put Jack Catterall, or even Josh Taylor for that matter, in a position where they both could be victimized of bad decisions or bad judging. So this isn't one of them times where you say, oh, well, let's just do a rematch. No. If British boxing, right, because British boxing over the last year and some change has had a bad reputation for robbing fighters of their decisions. If British boxing wants to maintain any sort of credibility, integrity, or any of that stuff, any sort of virtue in the sport, you do the right thing. You overturn this egregious decision. Now, the British Boxing Board of Control recently came out and said that they're gonna look into an investigation of the decision. Why would you investigate yourselves if you got the decision in the first place, and then you got people within the British Boxing Board of Control saying that the fight was close? You're full of shit. You're just hoping that time will go by and this will blow over. But I'm gonna tell you guys this: it's not gonna blow over. I will continue to bring it up. I will bring it up to the point where I become annoying. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that Catterall had his moment in the sun taken away, and not even just that. What's even just as equally ridiculous is now apparently Josh Taylor and his fiance Danielle Murphy Danielle Murphy, they've been getting death threats and threats of violence and things thrown at them on their Instagram. And I want to take this video to also say that as disgusting as a decision as this is, as bad as it is for the sport and for British boxing, Josh Taylor isn't the one who made the decision. It's not his fault, nor is it his wife's fault. So if you're one of these people out here delivering death threats or anything like that, you're cowards, you're sissy soft, and you're the scum of the earth. So don't be out here threatening these fighters. They're just fighters. Josh Taylor didn't make the decision. Obviously, he's a little delusional, and he's trying to protect his reputation because he doesn't want to admit he lost to Jack Catterall. But deep down in his heart, he knows he lost to Jack Catterall, and it was not a close fight. So, I've heard a lot of people in boxing this week saying, reputable. It's been like people whose opinions I respect on boxing, and like, this was not a close fight. Josh Taylor didn't get going to like the back half of the fight until like the 9th round. Maybe you could say Catterall took his foot off the gas rounds 9 through 12. I don't even think he lost rounds 9 through 12, but if you want to be generous and say he took his foot off the gas for those rounds, you know, you can say that. But he didn't lose this fight. And all these old boxing adages of, you know, you got to take the belt from the champion, it's got to go. Because it's giving these judges, it's giving boxing fans, it's giving a lot of people a license to spew bullshit out the side of their mouth. So I wanted to just come out and give my little thoughts on the whole Jack Catterall thing. I'll definitely be following it as things progress here on True School Sports. But El Gato, Jack Catterall, the real undisputed champion at 140. You got, you know, for any fighters 140 who may win a belt when Josh Taylor inevitably vacates the belts and they fight for vacant belts, you're not a champion until you fight Jack Catterall. That's how I'm treating it. If you win a vacant belt at 140, I am not treating you as a 140-pound champion until you fight Jack Catterall. And there's no two ways around that. So you guys can love it, you can hate it, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.